Welcome to the BizGrowMojo podcast, the podcast where we get into real talk about business ownership, growth, marketing, learning lessons, and advice with real business owners. Here's your host, Ryan Amon. Now, let's get down to business.
I'm pumped to get this rolling. Let's go. Today's guest is Dr. George Grant, a wellness expert who's been learning his craft for over 50 years and has extensive experience in integrative medicine. In this episode, he shares how simple lifestyle changes can prevent disease, why he believes stress is a silent killer, and how his voice scan technology can detect health issues before they become serious. You'll also hear his secrets for growing a massive following on LinkedIn and why, at 75 years young, he still doesn't have a single slow day in his business. Let's jump into it.
Well, hey, good to have you on board here. Glad to have you on an episode and looking forward to getting into it.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just start out. If you can maybe just, tell us a little bit about how you got into what you're doing now and,
Okay.
What that is.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ryan, for the invitation. I'm Dr. Grant from academyofwellness.com. I started this when I was 18 years young. 18 years young, my mom died at 45 years young. My dad died at 60 years young. My grandparents from both sides died between 55 and 58. Here I am. And my sister at age 18, no mom, dad is going to pass away and so on. So I got scared. To be honest, I have fear. What am I going to do? I'm going to have very bad genes, very bad DNA. I'm going to die like them in a young age, between 45 and 60. So I decided to focus on prevention versus intervention, self-care instead of crisis care. So that would lead me to study at 3 bachelor's degrees, 3 masters, and only 3 doctorates. Ryan, I'm still learning at 75 years young, despite my bad genes, my bad DNA.
That's
And
amazing.
I actually tell you right now, the secret here is not the genes, it's not the DNA. Obviously, it's not. But according to Dr. Bruce Lipton in California, he said it's not your DNA, it's not your chromosomes, it's not your genes, it's how you express your genes and how you use a healthy lifestyle. So I decided to drink the water, go to bed early, like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., do the exercise, do some common sense stuff that for the average person is so uncommon. Especially when they live in Texas or Louisiana or Georgia in southern USA. This is for them. You ask me to walk 1 hour a day? You ask me to drink 3 liters of water? Are you out of your mind? I love my Coke. I love my Pepsi. I love my Red Bull. And I drink alcohol. I'm not asking you to stop. Just minimize all of this stuff and drink the more water. It does not have to be 3 liters. It's just common sense stuff, Ryan, that people have to follow. So I give them a common sense lifestyle quiz on my website. So if they go to academyofwellness.com, they complete the lifestyle quiz. It's free. 10 questions. Every question has 10 points. Out of 100, among my 40,000 happy clients and 40,000 on social media, with total 80,000, the average score is 55%. I know you've done the score before. I know you're a very healthy man. Your score was, I think, close to 80, and my top athletes in the world close to 90. So why don't everybody just do like what Ryan and Dr. Grant is doing, improving lifestyle, and then drink the water, not the bad stuff. And then because the skin is the largest organ, I don't need anything more than just look at your skin and to see how healthy you are. And look at your eyes, which has sparkling. Because you know what, Ryan, I've seen my clients in the past 52 years who are desperate. Here's an example. This guy was 79 years. He was put on 28 prescription medication in 1998 for 25 years. He's done 2 bypass, he's done 2 stents. Despite all of this medication and surgery for 25 years, he still have 99% of arteries. He's feeling lousy every single year, have a lousy lifestyle. Doctors in 1998, they gave him 3 months to live. That's it. 3 months, 90 days in 1998. I told him, okay, if you don't want to die, improve your lifestyle. He finally listened to me. Make the common sense so common. He drank the water. He avoid all of the soda, avoid all of the stuff. Now, no meds, no bypass, no stents, no clogged arteries.
That's a huge improvement.
Alive today, Ryan, at 104. 104 years from being dead in 1998. He inspired me to write this book, How to Live Healthy Through 101. Even if you've taken 28 meds or 25 years, you can still live healthy through 101 years. and he's 104 now. You know what? This guy, initial lifestyle quiz was 15%. Basically, he was walking dead with all of these lifestyle issues. Today, he's 78%. He's trying to compete with you, Ryan, here to make 104.
Well, I'm looking forward to living to be at least 101 now, Dr. Grant.
No. Ryan will live till age 121. That's my prediction.
Okay, that's even
and
better.
The call is recorded here. And then if you do not live till 121, okay, you can ask me for a refund.
I will do that. I'm going to hold you to that. No, that's amazing though. He really looks like he turned his, life around when he was about the end of his rope, and he's still here.
If this is common sense, Ryan, why it is so uncommon for people who do not drink the water, they drink soda and Red Bull and alcohol, and they smoke and they do crazy things, which is so uncommon. Like has common sense become so uncommon, Ryan? Maybe you can help me out, especially if you live in southern US.
I think it has. And people just want to do something easy. They want to order fast food. They don't want to have to cook. They don't want to have to do, the things that keep us healthy. They don't want to exercise. They just want to take a pill.
Ryan, I tell my clients, if you eat fast food more than 3 times a week, you're going to die faster. Yeah. If you eat slow food in your kitchen, you're going to live long. So, I mean, common sense, because you don't know what kind of ingredients they add in the fast food restaurant or fast food outlets. You don't know where they fry the French fries in. But the point is this: if you got to learn how to cook at home, healthy salads, healthy vegetables. So if they do the lifestyle quiz, they got to be like you and me, leading to a healthy lifestyle, living longer, healthier, stronger, and then they avoid all of the medications, operation, radiation, amputation, and any complications by living a healthy lifestyle. Common sense. So we need to educate the people, especially in the live in southern US, about how to prevent and reverse diabetes, obesity, we call it now diabetes, and dementia, which is on the increase. I have published actually a paper on dementia and the journal called Neurology. It's on my website under About Us. The whole of the paper is there. And dementia is preventable and reversible. And I was the first scientist, Ryan, to say that dementia is type 3 diabetes. If you have diabetes, watch for the memory to decline, because dementia is type 3 diabetes.
So what would you say that the first thing to reverse it or prevent it is?
The best way, Ryan, is to have a 10 belly breath every hour, because the oxygen in the lung, when you breathe from diaphragm, it will actually increase the oxygen to the lung and the brain and prevent dementia. So we have actually developed a technique how to prevent dementia naturally within 3 months. Well, one of the top doctors in Wisconsin is Dr. Jay Vanden Heuvel. He worked with on this study. We done 24 subjects in Toronto, we done 24 subjects in Wisconsin, in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we found the results to be amazing. That's why it was accepted in Neurology, one of the most read medical journals in the USA, to prevent and reverse dementia, diabetes, and obesity. So you know what? You and I can help people through this podcast to understand the risky lifestyle aspect. Once you understand that, then they go from not drinking the water or drinking the wrong fluids to drinking the water at least 8 glasses, 2 liters per day. I prefer 3 glasses per day, 12 glasses per day. Sorry, 12, like 3 liters. Sorry, 3 liters per day, which is 1 gallon.
Is there any particular source of water that you recommend drinking over another?
Pure, filtered. I prefer alkaline water, because the alkaline water, if your pH is alkaline, then if your pH in the mouth is in the saliva under the tongue is 7.34, you cannot get any cancer. One of the top doctors in the world actually won the Nobel Prize by telling you if you have alkaline, you cannot get cancer. That was done in the mid 40s, before I was born in 1950. So we have to actually do everything we can to stay alkaline. How do you stay alkaline? You avoid anything that causes acidity, like cereal in a box. It's acid. Sugar is acid. Soft drinks, we should never have any soft drinks. So I tell my clients, if you have any soft drinks in your house right now, open the fridge and give it to a neighbor you do not like, because this would be a poison for you. Do not do that. And then, if you drink alcohol, maybe red wine, 2 ounces. I told this to one of my Italian clients who could not speak English. I said, sir, you drink 2 ounces per day. He came back after 3 months, said, Doc, I'm doing 3 bottles. I said, sir, it's ounces, not bottles. And he said, it's homemade, Doc. And he brought me a bottle that tastes so good. But if you drink 3 bottles in a week, you're going to be an alcoholic. That's not good. And he had fatty liver, Ryan. You know what? Sometimes people, yeah, Italian drink lots of wine. So is French people drink lots of wine. But in moderation, 2 ounces. 2
Yeah,
ounces.
everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation is okay, but not 3 bottles and not a gallon of beer a day.
Yeah.
And then the hard liquor like bourbon and tequila and whiskey and all of like this is fried in liver. I get 80% of my clients, Ryan, have a fatty liver. So I do this, which I've done for you before. It's called the virtual voice scan.
Yeah, very
We do
interesting.
this to detect and correct all of the lifestyle issue, all the red flag. I don't need to explain this to your clients, but this is based on voice energy and voice frequency. And this is how I know from the inside of Ryan right now, he is young and healthy guy. And he is at least 15 years younger than his actual age. We're not going to discuss your actual age, but you're 15
That
years
sounds
younger because I looked at the stuff, at the results here, and you're in amazing health. And it did show everything in your body. So maybe you can explain to your viewers here, how can 15-second voice give you 285 pages of complete reports, 98% correlated to test, MRI, PET scan, CT scan, ultrasound, and X-ray? How could this happen?
Yeah,
Because you
amazing.
experience it.
And what I thought was interesting was I noticed a lot of the correlations within, family history of health that, it seemed pretty accurate from what I could tell, just knowing my family's health history, some of the red flags and things that, needed to be concerned with and that sort of thing. So it's pretty amazing. And what do you charge for that? I'm sure there's a lot of business owners out there that, don't have time to necessarily go in and see their doctor regularly, just do
Okay.
checkups and that sort of thing. This is a lot easier because you can do this over the phone.
From anywhere in the world, we can do this anywhere in the world. Yes. So it's $250 here for a single scan. But if they mention your name here, if they mention Ryan, we're gonna do it only for $150.
Perfect. Great.
So on this thing, so just go to academyofwellness.com and mention Right Podcast. We'll take $100 off, regardless of their age, because we offer $150 only for people 65 and above like me, and veterans and students. But if somebody is still under 65, we'll give them for $150. And one visit to do MRI, it costs in the US $5,000. I had one lady in Maryland, she done 2 MRIs, and she paid $10,000. And I did the comprehensive scan MRI. She said, "You give me a complete MRI from head to toe, and you charge me only $250. If I did the MRI from head to toe in Maryland, it cost me like $180,000. Look how many organs you have times 5,000."
Some of the medical tests can get extremely expensive very quickly.
Yes.
Does insurance come into play at all? Can you use insurance for this type of a scan? I'm guessing probably not.
If they live in Canada, yes. If
okay.
they live in the US, no, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yes. So it does, you know what? If they just mention Ryan, do not worry about any cost. Just connect with me. They just mentioned they listen to the podcast with Ryan, and then I'm gonna do everything I can in my power here to help them. Okay.
So what do you do after a scan? What's
after the scan, we look at the lifestyle quiz, and then we'll try to improve that. And then if they need any like supplements, herbal, instead of medications, operation, radiation, amputation, or complications, we recommend like natural herbal supplements. I've written 25 books only, Ryan, in my career on natural remedies and supplements with the top doctors in the world. And by the way, and actually, if you look at this book here, you can get it from Amazon for $7 or so. On page 70 in this book here, page 70, you're going to see physician desk reference number 49, and you're going to see my name right there.
Yeah.
And it will show on the top there, not all supplements are made the same. Some supplements absorb only 5%, 5-10%. So the rest is expensive urine, like the commercial supplements in the world. You get from Amazon, you get from Walmart, from CVS Pharmacy. But some supplements absorb much higher. I recommend something that will absorb like 90%, 95%, and they're guaranteed. This is what we help our clients. And this is the guy that actually is the living proof. He was taking lots of commercial supplements, no improvement. He did the lifestyle changes. He took my recommendations. And now he's living to 104. You know what? It's all about fixing the red flag. We detect the red flag. Like for you, you will have no red flag, right? I said, well, how did you manage to be like very little red flag? The average clients in the comprehensive test, MRI, 25 red flags. In your case, it was 7 or 8. I said, Ryan, you can live to the age 121 because you have
good.
No red flag means you have green flags, which is good news. So
yes,
if everybody in the US eat like Ryan, drink like Ryan, exercise, walk like Ryan, we will have America to be healthy again, right? You and I
Yeah,
should be
I
doing more
mean,
podcasts, more
I just
seminars.
I hope your scan's accurate because I like the sound of where it's going, but it does seem to be. It's very
Absolutely.
it's an interesting thing that you can do a voice scan,
Yes,
over the phone or through a Zoom call and be able to get
yes.
that much information.
Even on a WhatsApp, even on a phone, just all we need is just a voice on this
So
phone.
how
That's
long
all
have
we
you
need.
been doing how long have you been doing the voice scans?
I actually been doing biofeedback for about 52 years. I've
Oh
been
wow.
doing this voice scan only for 5 years now. And in the 5 years, I had many happy clients that this is the best test. Why don't every doctor in the US and Canada and Europe do this? It's coming. We only have
Yeah.
about maybe 5,000 doctors doing this all over the world, but the world needs about maybe 100,000 of us doing this to detect accurately the
A
root
lot more
cause.
affordable than CTs and
Yeah,
MRIs.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's
So
no injection of any contrast dye, which is bad for you. So if you don't believe me, go to Google or PubMed and put MRI contrast dye side effect. It'll tell you there. You don't need
yeah,
to
yeah.
believe me. It'll
Yeah,
tell you
I
there.
believe you. I believe you. There's just so many things in Western medicine that,
Yes,
are bad,
unfortunately.
but yeah.
I
Um,
don't think, Ryan, anybody needs 28 medication for 25 years to recover from this. All they need is a healthy lifestyle, Ryan.
yeah,
You know,
eat
like,
healthy, exercise, and, drink.
yes. And if this is not like amazing for your viewers, this guy had 100% clot, not 99, 100%. He told me 3 weeks, not the other guy 3 months. He's still alive today. That was like 25 years ago when I saw
Wow.
him. They told him 3 weeks, now he's still alive. Again, at 103. Like, okay, if we can get somebody dying in 3 weeks to live to 103,
That's good. That's quite a turnaround.
it's
So
a
what other things do you do for your patients? So you've got the scan, you've written a lot of books. Like,
yes.
what's the main focus of your business now? How do you make your money in your business?
Okay, we actually make money at the back end, Ryan, not the front end. So when I help somebody like this, they send me 40 referrals already, and all those 40 referrals are existing clients. So we start to charge them, between 150 and 250 for every scan. Every 6 months, I'm gonna do your scan again in six
Pretty
months,
affordable. Yeah, it's not
and
bad.
it's really affordable. And then this is you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to line up here in a clinic or in a
Wait in
hospital
the
to line
doctor's
up.
office. The thing that
Nothing
drives
like
me
that.
crazy about
It's 30
doctor's
minutes,
office
35
is that
minutes.
they
It took me
book so
35
many.
minutes exactly.
Yeah,
And
they book
in
so
35
many.
minutes, Ryan know how healthy he is. And we assured that you're going to live to 121, not 101, because you're doing a healthy lifestyle already. And okay, currently, tell your viewers why you're not taking medications, why you're not waiting for any operations, why you don't have any wait for any complications, because you have a healthy lifestyle, Ryan, right?
Yeah, I mean, I try to eat healthy and exercise. Try to eat, as much lowest processed foods as
Yeah,
possible.
exactly.
Just
So if we should do this podcast maybe every day or every week or every month till we get the people to get them in their head that eat like and drink
absolutely.
like Ryan and do what Ryan is saying, what Dr. Grant is saying, so you can avoid and prevent disease having a healthy lifestyle. Because I think you agree with me, Ryan, that prevention is better than intervention and self-care is better than crisis care. I wish I knew this at age 18, which I did not know. I could have saved the family history who died very early in their young age. But what do people know at age 18?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're just getting started figuring anything out at age 18.
Exactly. It took me in the mid 40s to finish all of the three doctorate, three masters, and three bachelor's degrees and learn more about prevention versus intervention. Yes.
That's amazing. You've got amazing credentials and an amazing business model here. And I'd like to get in a little bit more, about some of the things that you've learned in your business along the way.
Yes.
Like what are some of the things that have really helped you get to the next level in your career? Um,
Well, I was coming from a very bad genes, very bad DNA, expected to live maximum age 60. So when I lived 75 and I go to my doctor and he said, everything is good. Like everything is fine. All of your blood work is good. I don't need MRI. I don't need any operations. So I learned that lifestyle really, Ryan, is the key. Like what you're doing right
the
now.
business too.
Exactly. Lifestyle. And and in business, you teach people how to save money from early school age, not to have credit card debt, not to wait until they reach Social Security and collect government money, because the Social Security is not going to exist in 10 years from now. The government is not going to be able to afford that. So if you teach your clients now to save money, to save their 401k, and to have a saving account, and not to have any credit card at 18, 20% interest rate every month, and not to have any debt, because debt is a heavy weight on your shoulder. So then we can teach everybody to be like you, healthy, wealthy, and wise. I mean, this is simple tips here, how to make people to use common sense stuff, a healthy lifestyle, a healthy savings habit, to be healthy, wealthy, and help other people to be doing the same. Because I believe, I'm not sure whether you agree with me, Ryan, that within 10 years, the government is no government in the world will be able to afford to pay people above 65 any money for pension or for Social Security. You agree with me on that?
It kind of seems like it's where it's going. Yeah.
Exactly. For the debt is always on the increase, and the governments would not be able. So, like, as I'm 75, I collect Social Security right now in Canada here for $1,200. If you actually, depending on this income, you cannot even afford to pay the rent in Toronto, because the average house here is $1 million. The average apartment rent is $1,800 to $2,000. So if I get $1,200, what do I use it for? For food, lodging, or entertainment?
Which one? Yeah, take your pick, right?
Exactly. It's very difficult. But God, I have also a pension from Health Canada, and work for the Health Canada, the FDA and CDC in the US. So I have a pension from them, and I have a monthly income by helping clients now.
Yeah, and it seems like you're pretty active. We met on Alignable.
Yes. Yes.
And you seem like you're doing a lot of things. Still writing books, I take it.
Yes, I'm writing. I have
health
only
scans.
25 books, and I'm writing some more. I've
Wow.
written books on ADD, ADHD, and autism, written books on dementia, written books on how to reverse arthritis, how to prevent clogged arteries. All of the list of my books on my website, academyofwellness.com. If somebody want to get those books, is available on Amazon for $8. I don't sell anything here at this podcast. I have zero things to sell. The lifestyle quiz is free, and to pick my brain for 30 minutes for free, as I did with you here. And I told you, you're very healthy, Ryan. You do not need me. But you may have a client, colleague, family, relatives who needs me. We can also help them for 30 minutes for free, zero cost here. So why not anybody listening to this podcast, join Ryan and myself for 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and then we can guide you with all of our experiences here. I don't know how much Ryan knows. He does not know how much things I know. But together, 1 + 1 = 11, because we have synergy here. That's why we're doing this podcast together. And I'm grateful for inviting me to this podcast. And when your viewers now listen to our podcast on YouTube under Academy of Wellness, they can listen to the other 10 podcasts. They're going to learn from those 10 podcasts to follow a healthy lifestyle and to live healthy, like Ryan here, till the age of 100 and 101 at least, and 111. And in case of Ryan, he is 121. That's I predicted. And right down to my prediction here. 121. You get lots of mileage here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the challenges that you face in your business that you've learned from, that you would recommend for as a lesson for viewers?
The biggest challenge, Ryan, I had many clients who have diabetes. I had one from Kentucky. He was taking 10 medication for diabetes. His blood sugar was 450. And I said, 450, like it's 4 times the average of 100. It's supposed to be under 100. You're 450. And you're taking 10 medication. What's the lowest you ever got in your fasting blood sugar? He said 370. I said, okay, this is like, if you're doing like this for 10 years, taking the medication, and you go from 370 to 450, according to Albert Einstein, insanity, keep doing whatever you're doing for 10 years, expecting different results, because there's no change. So I said, what do I do? I said, do the lifestyle quiz. He came back, 33%. I said, it's not the medication now, the 10 meds that's going to help you. It's the lifestyle. He changed that, and he came back to me. He's only 50 years young, taking 10 medications for 10 years. His lifestyle Q today is 78%. And then I done the scan for him. He was very sick at 50. In fact, he did not have any circulation from the knee down. His physician said, we need to do amputation. At 50 years, just imagine one guy at 50 walking with one leg, because he was on metformin, he was on Actos, he was insulin, fast acting, slow acting. He was on all of those meds. His blood sugar ranged from 370 to 450. Here's the happy ending for this story. His blood sugar today is 90/92. And he went to his physician. He said, whatever this Dr. Grant recommended for you, just keep doing it. He was not open to see what is the recommendations. He was not, unfortunately. He would just say, go back home, no amputation, no medications, and come back every year for the physical annual, the annual checkup in the VA hospital. Okay. He's now no medication. He's 92, no amputation, and his A1C was 18. That's 3 times the average number of 6. Today is 5.8.
Oh wow.
Like, okay, he has referred to me 3 dozens of clients, and he keep living healthy. And he worked with lots of CFO and CEO across USA. He's a business coach, and he's telling everybody about Dr. Grant that helped him to get rid of all of this 10 meds in less than 3 months. So you know what? The biggest challenge I have here, Ryan, is people say, I'm taking medication. What can you do for me? We know you have 3 doctors, but you're not an endocrinologist. You're not a diabetic expert. Well, I'm the first scientist in the world to say dementia is type 3 diabetes. How could I not be expert scientist? I've published 400 papers published. When somebody at Harvard, Johns Hopkins published 100, they said I've accomplished. And by the way, I teamed up with Harvard Med School, Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic at the International Pain Conference in Chicago 2015. All of these clinics know me. And if your viewers never heard about these clinics, I don't know what kind of rock they're living under, because these are the top clinics not in the USA, in the world. I mean, who have not heard of Harvard Medical School?
Yeah.
Anyway,
so even with all that background, you still have a challenge of people, believing, because it's not traditional. It's
not traditional
Western medicine.
It's okay. I have no axe against big pharma. We have them. I team up with them. We work with them together. But big pharma have a place for, sometimes for conditions that cannot be improved by holistic natural health, like what I'm doing in integrative medicine.
Yeah.
But to have medication for 28 years, 25 meds for 25 years, I call it insanity. That's not what I call it a healthy outcome. So I do respect big pharma. I do respect physician and emergency medicine, but I do not agree with clients who give only medications and recommend all of the stuff without even doing any prevention and intervention first. And then, so I think we should use lifestyle first. And if it doesn't work, then okay, go ahead and give them the 10 meds or 25 meds. But if they don't use the prevention model first, we're short-sighted here when we're actually harming people.
And band-aids to everything.
It's a band-aid. That's what it is. It's a band-aid. And I'm sorry to say this, because some medication for like metformin that treats diabetes, it's just a band-aid. It is not actually proven scientifically. In fact, the FDA published something about metformin. It has more side effect. And I'm sure you know about Ozempic. People now take it for weight loss. People take it, the injection for Ozempic, without looking at the side effect. I wish they look at the side effect before they take it, because if they looked at the side effect, it's a page and a half long, they would not get the injection of Ozempic. They can just use intermittent fasting.
So many side effects with so many,
exactly. There's no need for that. Like I tell my clients, before you take any medication for cholesterol, like statin, like Zocor, Lipitor, Propofol, look at the side effect, because there's something called coenzyme Q10. It will actually cause fatty liver. I mean, there's a proven scientific evidence about. I'm not the only scientist to talk about this. There's lots of other scientists besides myself who talk about this. In so many of the research that we've done, so many of the books that we've done about natural remedies, that any of the statin medication can have profound side effect on the liver and gallbladder. And that's why people have to remove the gallbladder prematurely. And by the way, the surgeon who removed the gallbladder, they don't tell them, now you have no gallbladder. We removed your gallbladder because they have gallstones. They cannot touch any oil, fat. For the rest of their life. There's no storage, because the gallbladder is a storage. So the liver now does the work for the liver and the gallbladder. 24/7 now, the liver doing the work for the liver and the gallbladder. They end up with liver cirrhosis in 5 to 6, even within that 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then they need liver transplant. So before they move the gallbladder, they should tell them, you want to avoid any of the stuff that causes that, like cholesterol medications that cause gallstones and so on.
Interesting.
Sometimes we think about prevention versus intervention, self-care or crisis care as something, this is just like hocus pocus. This is what the Chinese doctor do and the Indian doctor do in India. No, this is science. This is based on science. The Indian medicine, called Ayurvedic medicine, is based on 4,000 years of history in Ayurvedic medicine. Chinese medicine, they use Chinese medicine. They check on the Chinese meridians. And these are like the wires in your body that determine how healthy you are, how the body conducts electricity. So if you use the Indian medicine, this is like your circuit breaker. It's called chakras in your body, 7 chakras. And then if you look at the Chinese meridians, by the way, I told you about your 7 chakra and you were so healthy, all of them were open. So your wires are open, and I show you the Chinese meridian in your report. You can go back to your report, it's all green. If every person is like Ryan here, we would have nobody sick in America. We would have America healthy again. So why not everybody using a healthy lifestyle, Ryan?
There's so much knowledge out there that, I think Western medicine's kind of swept aside that is older than, what they've been doing. And I think there's a lot of value to it. I
You're
mean,
right. Because the big pharma has been in existence for 185 years. From ancient Egypt, 5,000 years ago, ancient Roman Empire, the ancient India and China, they've been using this between 3,000 and 5,000 years before we know aspirin, Tylenol, and Advil. And I tell people, before you use any of the over-the-counter medication like aspirin, Tylenol, and Advil, look at the side effect. Ryan, I have one young lady, she's 22. She takes 6 Advil per day during her 1 week of her period because she's in PMS pain. I said, in the bottle it says take 2 max. He said, Doc, I'm on the floor, suffering from pain. I said, do not do the 6 per day. Just stay at 2 and try to recover the pain naturally. Guess what? She didn't listen to me. Within 6 months, she developed tachycardia, arrhythmia. She's now on heart medications.
oh, wow. Yeah, that's not where you want to be.
No, and then she still had the PMS pain. It did not go away.
Didn't solve it. Yeah, dang.
With 6 Advil. So you know what? I'm not saying everybody stop the Advil, ibuprofen. Everybody should stop aspirin, but they have to be aware. Aspirin causes thinning of the blood. It can cause bleeding. ASA can cause bleeding, and the Tylenol, it affects the liver. It can cause fatty liver, and Advil and ibuprofen can affect the heart. It's all there. Just look at. I'm a toxicologist, Ryan. You can see from the banner there, toxicologist right there. I study toxicology. Yeah. I teach toxicology for my students who are doing their doctorate degree. So we have to look at the side effect, the toxicology versus pharmacology. And the pharmacology has to be much better than toxicology. Like the benefit has to be better than side effect. But now if side effect see the benefits, watch out.
Yeah, it just doesn't add up.
It doesn't compute. Exactly.
I want to go back just a little bit to, you mentioned that you get a lot of referrals from some of your clients that are, happy
Yes.
with you. What are some of the other things that you've found, help you get new clients in your business? I know, we met on Alignable. I'll bet, you're getting some
Yes.
people from there. But
Alignable, I have only 5,000 referrals from Alignable. But on LinkedIn, one of the number one social media in the world right now, I have 19,400 followers, and I get referrals from. Number one referral source is happy clients. From every happy client, I get 10 referrals. From social media, for everyone follow me, I get 1 or 2 referrals or 1 or 2 recommendations on social media. So 19,400, it's coming close to 20,000 before the end of this year. I'm going to have 20,000. And then I have another 20,000 on Facebook and Instagram and the X and all of the other social media. All of the links here, Ryan, I think you got them all on my website, academyofwellness.com. There's a button there, you click on it, and you join me on all of these social media. And I think you did join me on social media, and you're going to start getting some referrals from my happy clients who follow me and know and like and trust me. They're going to now do podcasts with you as soon as you listen to the podcast. I'm sure you're going to put it on Academy of Wellness on YouTube, and you're going to share this on LinkedIn. And once people see you with me, they want to be interviewed by you. Because first of all, you're living wellness, you're well, and then you're just walking your talk like me. I'm 75, coming from very bad genes, very bad DNA, as I told you from my story, and I'm still kicking. If God give me another 25 years only to 100 from 75, I want to help more than 40,000 clients, happy clients, 40,000 on social media, and all of the other people, because I don't want to have a teenager at age 18 losing their mom at age 45. That's what makes me really motivated to do this. Not about money. I do not want to own Rolls Royce. I don't want to have Rolex. I don't even have a watch. I don't have Rolex watch. You know what? I just do not want to have teenager losing their mom when they are teenager and become orphaned because of this, because of what I went through. That is what makes me tick, and that's what makes me help people more than 40,000 on social media and 40,000.
Paying it forward and giving it back all the time. I love it.
Absolutely. And I want to give back. In my last breath, I want to be helping people to live the wellness model. And yes, if you take medication, keep taking. I don't never ask anybody to stop or reduce medication. Their own physician is the one that actually told them there's no need for medications anymore. I don't ask them to stop medication or or do not do operation. That's not my field. I'm not an MD. I'm an IMD, integrative medical doctor. So you know what, Ryan and I, we can help people through information like this podcast here, which I'm sure is going to reach not 100, maybe 1,000 of people. And they can prevent diabetes, obesity, and dementia, heart disease, cancer, autoimmune disease, arthritis. There is no need for Celebrex. There is no need for somebody to do knee replacement or hip replacement. First, they try our model first to strengthen the ligaments and tendons and cartilage through exercise, through taking collagen, like bone broth. You can just go and get some bone broth. It's going to give all of the collagen that you need to have a healthy cartilage, ligaments, and tendons. And instead of having depend on Celebrex, and if you go and find the side effect of Celebrex, I know you're not going to take Celebrex. Just try it. Go to PubMed and then put Celebrex side effect, or Google side effect of Celebrex. And then you know exactly what does it do. It's a COX-2 inhibitor. It has lots of side effects. You don't have to be a toxicologist like me. You don't have to be smart and wise like Ryan. All you got to do is just Google it.
or chat GPT it now, right?
Chat GPT, exactly. And then what's the side effect of this? Exactly. And they find it right there in front of their eyes. We have smartphones these days. Nobody have to be dumb. Everybody have smartphones, right?
I don't know that they're making us any smarter, though.
No. And do not, when you go to bed, do not have this beside you, because EMF.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Interfere with your sleep.
What do you think of those, the protective covers? I use one of those.
They can prevent some, like I have one right here. And do not use this for more than like 2 minutes, 3 minutes call. Some people go on the phone like teenagers for a whole hour like this. Why don't you use the voice and then keep it away like this? So you have at least a little bit of EMF. Because here, you're destroying the brain with EMF. Exactly. Yeah. Good point, because people don't actually pay attention to this, Ryan. You're so smart. Everybody should be smart and wise like you, my friend.
Well, I appreciate that, but I wish that were true in all aspects of life.
Well, at least you're smarter than 90% of the US population.
We're all trying to learn here, right? We're all trying to learn about business, and that's the key. About some health.
You know, Ryan, I'm going to actually give you the secret, my 7 secrets for living longer, healthier, and happier. It's a 7L. Learn, love, listen, laugh, let go, and leave a legacy to your kids and grandkids. If everybody uses these L's here, very simple. Yeah. Listen more than what you talk. We have 2 ears and only 1 mouth. I think I did violate this in the podcast here. I did so much.
That's okay. We wanted to talk to you to get all your knowledge and wisdom. So,
but you did listen twice that I talked. But it's listen, learn like you, lifelong learner, lifelong learner. There's 3 L's already. Lifelong learner. And then laugh. You know what, Ryan? Laughter is the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. And then let go from the stress in the life, and then leave a legacy. Leave a legacy, 2 L's, for your kids and grandkids. If everybody follow the 7 L's, we all live healthy, and we all live in the model of wellness model. We do not need anybody to take care of us in our 75, 85, 95, 100, or 105. In case of Ryan here, 121.
I agree. I think people need to laugh more and not take everything so seriously. A good friend of mine passed away once. Said, I don't know why everybody takes everything so seriously. None of us are getting out of it here alive anyway, you know? So
Exactly. Yeah. Because there's so much stress in life. There's so many wars. There's so many things happening. And I tell people, do not listen to the news first thing in the morning. Start in the morning with 10 deep breath and then do meditation for 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Clear your mind a little bit.
Clear your mind and your day is going to be amazing.
To work on a little bit more.
And then when you go to sleep, take a hot water bath with Epsom salt. And then I'm sure you listen to the audio files that I just gave you, because listening to the 4 audio files every night before you go to bed, when Jeremy listened to it, his blood sugar dropped from 450 to 400. He have continuous blood sugar monitoring. And then 350, 300, 250, 200, 150, 100. He could not do this for 10 years with 10 medications. And in 1 week, he's now 100. He's normal. His doctor said, you do not need any of this medication now, because it's going to go into hypoglycemia, low blood sugar. Because if he's taken the 10 meds and he's 100, it's going to go into 70, and then he's going to, you know what I mean? So he took him off all of the meds. I did not take him off any meds. Okay. And then now he's living no meds, no bypass, and no amputation. Nothing.
Can you tell the viewers a little bit about what the audio files are? It's like a frequency, right?
It's a frequency. When we finish the scan here, we send you not only 285 pages of reports accurate to any of this 98% of blood test, MRI, PET scan. When I finished the scan with Ryan, I gave him 4 audio files, and he's so compliant. He listened to it every night before bed, and I told him just soak in the hot tub or in the bathtub, or a little bit of Epsom salt to release all of the tension in the muscles, and listen to the 4 audio files. The 4 audio files are about 10, 12 minutes. It's very short. Each file is a frequency file. We call it sound therapy file. And when you listen to it first thing in the morning and before bed, it will actually take care of all of the red flag in your body. It will normalize your blood sugar. It will help to clear all of the emotions, the clutter in your head. Because we live in a world with all of the clutter. We live in traffic. If you go in a congested highway, you understand what I'm talking about. We have road rage, some people.
And
Do not drive in LA.
Is this technology the same as Royal Raymond Rife developed? Like,
well, this has built-in Rife frequency and has built-in Tesla coil. Exactly.
Oh.
The Tesla coil detect the frequency, and the Rife frequency correct the frequency. You're right on. You're so smart, I tell you. So this is based on Albert Einstein EMC squared. Everything about is energy and frequency. So this is how it works. And by the way, I have a whole video on my website how to prevent and reverse diabetes using this particular virtual voice scan. I have it called Diabetes Solutions with one of my students from Australia. You'll be able to understand his accent from Australia. And then I actually did the scan for him and one of his clients who have diabetes. And then the whole 1 hour video on it. If you want to your viewers can listen to it and they will understand this. And as soon as they book the session and they mention Ryan, we'll do it for $150. And if they are on Social Security, they have no money, we'll do it gratis, Ryan, if they just mention this to me. It's not about the money here. It's not about the money. It's all about helping people to understand where is the red flag, where's the big problem, and how we're going to correct it through a healthy lifestyle. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's amazing. I want to take another step back just a little bit here. You mentioned you've got quite a few followers on social media. How did you go about amassing so many followers?
It's a very simple tip. If you want to get 19,400 like me, I do 5 posts daily about something people need to know. So I do 5 posts daily. Every post will take about a minute. So it's 5 minutes per day. 5 minutes per day. People like it. You share it with all of their friends and family and relatives. And that's how I end up from 10 initial followers to 100, 1,000, and now 19,400. It will be 20,000 by December of this year. I can guarantee if you go back to my profile on LinkedIn, by December, if you go to my profile now and you see how many followers I have, it's 19,400, about that, plus or minus a couple of clients here and there, followers.
So how long are your posts generally? Are they just like a length of a quote, something
2
longer?
lines, yeah, a quote or 2 lines. I have 375 blogs on my website. I take a blog, 2 lines blog, and I'll put it on LinkedIn. So if you go on my LinkedIn profile, you're going to see that. And then once you like it and share it, Ryan, and then you're going to see people now looking at you, looking at your website, looking at my website. Let's say you get only 1 or 2% of 19,400 to follow you. How many clients are you going to end up within 6 months to 1 year here, Ryan?
Yeah, no, that's a good number.
And 5 posts per day is 5 minutes per day. If you run out of things to post, just go to my blogs. I have 375 blogs under About Us on my website. Copy and paste it and say, I got this from my Dr. Grant, academyofwellness.com, and this is my website, Ryan, and put your website there. People love to follow you. People love to follow me, and then that's how we're going to get 2% of my 19,400 going to be following you. And then before Christmas of this year, you're going to have, I would predict, 12,000 followers for Ryan.
So you've got a lot of blog posts on your website. How do you go about writing all that content, and what's your process for that?
My process is just I copy and paste some of the blogs I have on my website, 2 lines, and I put academyofwellness.com. It takes a minute.
But as far as like writing for your website, all those blog posts, the original content, what's your process for creating all that?
The process is keep on following up on my client, keep on following up with them, and then keep feeding them information that they wanted to know about natural remedies. What is the new tip on natural remedies and supplements? And all of the people that my colleagues here who written books with me, they see this and they have also 20,000 followers. They share that with the followers. And the more your followers share that, the more you're going to get also recognized in LinkedIn. I'm hoping one day I'll reach 30,000 followers. That's a very good landmark for you to achieve.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. There's a lot you can do with just having that much of a following. I think on any social media,
exactly.
reach so many people, even though all the social media seem to restrict that reach, as soon as they figure out how to monetize and try to start pushing you to run ads instead. It's
all natural, organic, and I don't have the premium LinkedIn. I have the free.
Regular
I don't have the premium. I just have, because all I need is just to do the post, and sometimes I do even repost of things that I found there on the website that is so useful for people. And you're going to see people who I repost, they look at my post now and they post my post and so on. And so we have an exchange of posts and so on.
Good. Yeah. Is there anything that you feel like you've done that's really just kind of helped your business take off, from a point where it was maybe running a little slower, just there was like one effort you started making or one thing you changed that really like changed everything for you? Or was it more of just a gradual increase?
Ryan, I don't have a slow day. In fact, my phone during my podcast with you ran 5 times right now, and I pick it up and turn it off. So I have 5 people now. As soon as I finish the podcast here, 5 people want to meet with me, make an appointment. I don't have shortage of clients. I got the phone here, landline. I got the cell phone.
Wow. I haven't seen one of these for a while.
They're both ringing off the hook. You can actually heard that when I was on the podcast with you. I don't have shortage of clients, and like I'm 75 years, I'm supposed to be putting my foot up and relaxing at 75 now. But I love what I do, Ryan, and I do what I love.
If you love that might be the key to living to 121. Just continue.
Exactly. If you love what you do and you do what you love, it's not work. It's a hobby.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
what this is. This is work. This is just fun. I love talking to business owners, seeing what they do, understanding how they're making their business work, hearing the different things that people can do to make money, what they're doing to promote their business and grow it. It's just a good time.
I can tell you, Ryan, you're like me. You love what you do. Otherwise, you would not do it. And you do what you love. And that's why this is not a chore for you. It's not like a work for you. It's like a hobby, like playing hockey or playing baseball or doing skating, or walking on the park for 1 hour. It's for you. You're doing what you love and loving what you do. And that will give you pleasure, joy. And then you're going to start to use the 7L, love, learn, and laugh, let go, and leave a legacy. And you know what? If we all do this, we'll all be happy people with zero stress. Because stress takes years out of your life and life out of your years. Stress causes high blood pressure. And if you take a medication for blood pressure, learn how to do the belly breathing, how to be fully hydrated, walk in the park for 1 hour a day. Within 3 months, no need for blood pressure medications, no need for diabetes medications. I'm not asking anybody right now listening to us to stop their medication. I'm not asking anybody to reduce their medications. Check with qualified practitioners. I did work for the FDA and CDC, and last thing I want to recommend for people is that keep using them depending on your professionals, and use a healthy lifestyle. And then your own physician and your own specialist will take you off the medication gradually using baby steps. That's my recommendation as a healthy natural doctor, specializing in integrative medicine, functional medicine, lifestyle medicine. Yes, I only have 3 doctorates. I have 3 masters and 3 bachelors. If I cannot help them, I can get somebody who have 4 doctorates. I got many doctors here who have more than me, who know more than me.
There. I got a couple more questions for you before we wrap up. We're coming up close to the hour here. But what advice would you give to listeners that maybe want to get into doing something similar to you do? I know that's a long road getting 3 doctorates, but what advice do you have for somebody that wants to get into natural health?
It's the best questions. I can answer it this way. Ask them to go to academyofwellness.com and go on online courses. They can finish with me 1 or 2 or 3 courses online to learn about IM, FM, LM, integrative medicine, functional medicine, lifestyle medicine. No need to worry about tuition. Just email me, drgrantwellness@gmail.com. Say, I met you at the podcast with Ryan, and I want to take the first 3 or 4 courses, no tuition, for free. I send them the courses. Every course is 11 assignments. And then once they finish the 10 courses and they do the actual thesis, they get a Ph.D. recognized by United Nations and UNESCO, because I'm the professor for the World Organization of Natural Medicine, WNM.org, recognized by UN and UNESCO as one of the leading educational institutions. So their doctorate degree, after finishing the 10 courses and the thesis, recognized all over the world, not just in the US and Canada, all over the world. It's recognized by United Nations. So you know what? If somebody's curious how to improve, start to learn, listen,
Keep learning.
and laugh, let go, leave a legacy by just being the best students that you can. Nobody's old enough to tell me, oh no, I'm over 75, old. You're never old. You're 75 years young, like me. And Ryan is only in his early or late 40s. You don't have to tell your age, but your age is amazing here. I knew that. But the thing is, you're never too old to learn anything like this. You're still young. So you know what? I think you're going to be the first one, Ryan, now to get it on the academyofwellness.com online courses and email me, send me the first 3 courses there. I'm going to send you a course on IMF, MLM, course on nutrition, courses on pharmacology and toxicology, free. FREE, what are you going to lose?
Yeah,
everything is
always good to keep learning.
Exactly. And then somebody like you who's lifelong learner addict like me, you're going to be learning that. So that's my best advice I can give to your clients who are like us, lifelong learner.
Awesome. Well, I think the viewers know where to go now. Just one last question before we wrap up here. What would you do differently if you started over?
I would do love, learn, listen, laugh, let go, and leave a legacy more often than when I didn't done it before. And I'm going to do this more often today in the future than what I've done it in the past. Because this is my secret for living healthy and joyful.
No matter how good you get, always room to improve.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, Dr. Grant. It's been really fun and interesting to listen to, your experience and, how you've gotten to where you are and some of the things that you have to offer. And I think, any business owner could, benefit from your voice scan and your health recommendations. And I would encourage everybody to do the voice scan. It's really, really cool and interesting, and it'll give you a lot of good tips to, improve your health and stay healthy.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for your time and for your dedication to wellness. And expect to get a flood from my doctors, the co-authors here, to want to have a podcast with you now. So get ready.
Looking forward to it. Sounds good. Thanks, Dr. Grant. It's been great talking to you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
You've been listening to the BizGrowMojo podcast with Ryan Amon. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on the BizGrowMojo podcast.